Have you ever craved something that you've never had before? I was in the mood for some Vietnamese spring or summer rolls, and I absolutely had to make them. I've been absolutely obsessed with Vietnamese pho over the past few weeks, and so I've slowly been introducing other Vietnamese cuisine, and spring or summer rolls have been at the top of my list. I'm usually fairly intimidated when trying to cook new cuisines, but this one was very exciting for me. I started by skinning all of my vegetables and julienning my carrots and cucumbers so that they were nice and uniform. I'm not really good with knives yet, I'm no chef, but it worked. Everything turned out pretty good. There's something so comforting about Vietnamese cuisine, and it just flows so nicely with my Southern Belle roots, so it was no problem for me to try and make this. Now, typically when you make spring or summer rolls, you just use fresh veggies, but of course I wanted to add a little kick. I added some red onions, and I decided to pickle my vegetables. So, of course, I had to make my own brine. I used half a cup of rice vinegar, half a cup of water. You can use whatever kind you want. And then, of course, adding in 2 teaspoons of sugar. I didn't have regular sugar, so I just used aspartame. You do what you want. After that, you pour the brine over the vegetables. You'll see I added in a little bit of the scallion ends just for a little bit of additional flavor. After that, I decided that I wanted to get started on my sauce. So I chopped up some scallions really fine. That's what they look like here. And then after that, I got started on the actual sauce, which was 2 tablespoons of hoisin, then 1 generous tablespoon of rice vinegar. I think I put a little too much. And then you give that a good mix. And then you can add in your green onions for extra flavor and brightness. I thought I needed a little bit of some honey, so I added in some honey there. It ended up being really good. I'd never made this before, and usually you use a peanut sauce, but this one worked. Trying new flavors has truly given me more confidence in the kitchen, and the results have been pretty good. Next, I got started on my shrimp. I just kept it really simple, boiled some water with some salt and threw the shrimp in. I also seasoned with onion powder and garlic powder because flavor. Next, I got started on my rice paper, just soaking it in some lukewarm water, and then, of course, gradually removing some of that excess water so that I can roll it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this part looks super easy, but the texture that the rice paper takes on once it's wet makes it a little bit difficult to roll. But I made it work. It wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing, but we got the job done. I ended up making one with rice noodles and one without, honestly because I forgot, and I had already started rolling the other one without the rice noodles. So second time's a charm. Added all my vegetables, added my rice noodles, and again we went back to wrapping it. I think I did a little bit better the second time around, but again, the texture of the rice paper once it's wet is very challenging to work with, so practice makes perfect. So here's the final product, both wrapped spring rolls, one with noodles, one without. Of course, I had to cut through. Again, the texture is so weird, but it looks so cute. Very refreshing, very crisp, and with the sauce that I made, it was chef's kiss. 10 out of 10. Definitely will make it again.